Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, my new live streaming this week. Sorry I missed it last week, I was busy, but this week I have some time to dive deep into the concept that I've been obsessed with, taste. If you're new here, my name is Paris, and my channel is always about how technology have changed the way we create, the way we consume, the way we live our life. And I have to say, whenever I'm reading something or I see something and working on other projects, I was trying to find out what is the shift before 10 years ago and now. There's so much I want to talk about today. What's on top of my mind, it's more about the aesthetic and the things that we consume nowadays. Probably because I live in Tokyo, so there are so many things that are well designed. It's really beautiful. And I start to be spoiled. And I start to realize how I judge everything from the cover. I consume things based on what it looks like. I watch, like for example, the perfume that we buy, the books that I read, even the cups that I use, or everything is based on how premium look it is. So I don't know, it's because of this Instagram worthy point of view. That's why we consume things like that. We want to show that certain things are beautiful, or the purpose of the products have been changing. So a long time ago, when we think about product, it's more about how useful it is. And as time passes, it's more about an identity. So if I use certain things, what does it show about myself? And now because of AI, I even find it more interesting. Because I talk with AI a lot. I don't know about you, but I talk with AI all the time, and I use a lot of apps to analyze myself, my own perspective, my taste, my pattern, the things that I care about. What's the pattern behind it? So slowly, I feel like AI is shifting beauty from universal standards to personal alignments, because I get to know way more about myself than before. For instance, I never thought about what kind of book, what kind of music I want to listen while I'm reading book, and what kind of cover I care about. For example, there are some books, like this is a book I'm reading right now. I literally just love this cover when I buy it. But it is a story about influencer. Even though I don't call myself influencer, I feel like still far from the influencer life. But I feel this story is pretty much, I'm like about halfway. But it's similar with what our life is. They have their own creative agency, and then they're building everything based on aesthetics. And the life seems perfect from outsider because of the things they're showing are beautiful. Like it's interesting how we're living our life based on the things that we thought is worth to show. I think a lot of people are life like that now. When we want to purchase things, have you ever considered, because you want to show on Instagram or show to your friends, that's why you wanted to buy that thing? Before, maybe a lot of people are obsessed with brands, but now even brands become a question mark, because I'm not sure if how people judge that brand based on maybe sustainable reason, or based on what's the founder, the story behind it. So that's all kind of aligned with our identity and our perspective and what we believe in. So everything together make me realize we're entering a world, because technology make everything so accessible, or so easy to learn things, to understand about ourselves. And eventually, everything will be more personalized, more like towards our personal taste. And once we can develop that, we know so much about ourselves, then we can use different kind of tools. So the creative process can be different because of that. That's my point of view. So I've listed quite a lot of the taste bucket list I want to explore with you guys, talk about it because of the conversation I have with AI and because of things I noticed over this past couple months when I started to talk about the taste training. Also, I jotted down some notes about how AI have changed, help us discover about ourselves and make everything become more personalized. For example, in terms of fashion, as you know, I've worked with a lot of styling app, AI styling app. Why I like it so much is because this app that you're using, before you probably need a whole team to hire stylists to figure out your body shape and the color palette. Now because of all this app and AI, you literally have a personal styling advisor on your phone. And you can constantly, some apps have the avatar function, some of them doesn't have, but you definitely have the easy access to get to know what kind of fashion proportion everything fits you. I'm working on one new video about another AI signing up, and I want to share with you guys later. But the point is, because of AI, I feel like I understand myself so much more. Because before, you look at other people on the trendy magazine, and you're like, this is the fashion I want. But then it doesn't really fit you. Maybe the color doesn't fit you, maybe the proportion, the silhouettes, everything is not fit you. But because of AI, all these apps, you start to understand more about who you are, like what actually fits you. And then in terms of home interior styles, you see all these AI tools that can help you do your interior design, because you can, now I'm pretty sure you can easily type or talk with AI about what kind of vibe you want or what do you want to do in the room. They will give you the personality of the house, that the interior you want, and like the furniture layouts and everything. That's also something that you can make your room more personalized. Instead of showing a Pinterest board of all the interior aesthetics you like, you can actually design your own based on what you want to do and your own taste. So that's also, I feel like it's slowly designed, it's slowly built on top of it once you have more interaction with AI. Another one I find is book recommendations. That's pretty big for me because a lot of time I don't know what kind of book I want to read, but I do love reading. And I also don't want to keep reading the popular books because I want to read the things that truly inspires me and also give me goosebumps. And that's what I need to, because what makes me excited, what I like, probably is not the same with everyone else. So that's also the book recommendations. Sometimes I find AI is not really giving me the best, but at least I can keep chatting about it, talk about it, and then finding the things that fits me. Most of the time works. My favorite part is the music curation playlist. So sometimes, for example, this is one example I tried. When I read a book, The Door, yeah, this is a book I like it quite a lot. So I asked ChatGPT, I like this book, and what kind of music should I listen? It gives me a really interesting list, like intimate piano. For example, this one.
With Base 44.
This is ads.
Your website.
It's like a very classic, light piano music. And somehow it really fits this book, the vibe, the mysterious, and then how a little bit dark and very deep it's really interesting how I find a playlist or musicians or music that I like because I'm having a conversation like this, you know. I like to do this a lot because whenever I travel, I listen to certain song. One place I listen a couple times of that one song. Also, when I read books, I want to listen like certain type of music. So whenever I listen this music again, it kind of trigger my memory of that place or the book. So I find this is a really interesting interaction, and it creates my own world of that scene or the memory. So when I listen to this music right now, I do start to have this main character in my brain. It's really fun. You should definitely try it because they also give a lot of different other music. But this is one of my favorite. I actually do like the first suggestion they gave me, the pianos, and they also have some jazz musicians that you can play and listen. If I were making a playlist called Behind the Door, I curated a whole playlist for me. So interesting. I love that. So also the food, right? We talk about the curated playlist, the books, and then the food recommendations. That's also kind of related. Before, if you think about food, you probably will still think about the people who like suggest you on social media. But now what I don't really just ask social media. I also have this idea of, for example, what kind of shot I want to take or what kind of vibe. Maybe I just want a quiet book related cafe that I want to go to. Then you give me suggestion after I have a chat. Maybe that place I've never been before. Okay, I have to close this. So creativity as well. Like I talk about a lot about like before I need to have a dictionary of things. If I want to learn fashion, I need to have a whole book to learn the fashion words, how to talk about the structure of the fashion piece, the silhouette's name. But now because I have a conversation constantly trying to learn through my research with AI, now I start to learn more vocabularies or the design references, what kind of designer it's related to. Of course, not every time it's exactly right, but you can also keep diving into that creative hole and then use AI as a creative partner. So I do feel I can have this really great conversation with AI. Like last couple weeks, we were working on the AR project, and then we start to dive into this concept of emotions. What kind of words represent different emotions? Then you can use the 3D objects to represent those emotions. I just find maybe because English is not my first language, so it is really useful when I dive into each concept or everything that I want to learn more. Instead of checking dictionary or Google it. Right now Google is kind of AI as well, so you can also ask questions. But I find that this whole conversation, dive into the whole AI conversation, gives me a lot of reasons to keep dive into that one concept. Even if for example, when I'm talking taste, and I constantly have new questions, new ideas, but I somehow I feel like there's so much more I can learn about just this one concept. That's why I'm keep developing these ideas, not completely from what AI suggests me, but this conversation of even ask AI to challenge me. That's one of the things I really enjoy doing. And so I think the future skill in the AI era is the value to know why something feels beautiful or aesthetics or soothing or happy, all these emotions to you, because AI can personalize your aesthetic experience. Taste determines whether that experience truly reflects who you are. And based on that reflection, you truly feel resonate or not, that dialogue can give you a deeper understanding about yourself and what kind of thing you want to explore or create to show the world. Before we're not gonna get that access that easy. So I also have, based on all these like a short video I made about taste, and then all the conversation I have, I've listed so many things that can help us finding different perspective about our taste. For example, visit our museum alone. This first one is about explore and expand your perspective. Visit our museum alone and spend 20 minutes with just one artwork. Instead of trying to show with the camera, I'm in the museum, you can stay one place, try your best to spend as long as you can to look at one work. Actually, I practice a lot with that's why I show here. The New York Times have this 10-minute challenge. And I think each month, week, they have this one artwork, the art piece that you can look at. Think about these questions as you look. What are primary colors in the painting? How do they work with one another? Does this painting feel more realistic or more abstract to you? Have you ever been surprised by the way the color of an object changed with the light? So when you say you're ready, you can dive into it. And you can zoom in as detailed as you want. It's really cool. I'm on the edge right now. So you can zoom in. You can really look into the color, shapes. And then it will count how long you stayed with this artwork. It kind of helped with your attention, how long you can focus. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the color. And you can see the paint stroke, the brush stroke. And then once you're done, you can write, I'm done. And then it would just explain this whole painting to you, like how the color works and the history of it, the artist behind it. And then it's even the structure. See, slight line run through the landscape. This is a really good practice. So, and then if you go to a real, if you can get a chance to see the real painting, go to museum or art gallery and then spend a long time with it, maybe you will see something really interesting. Maybe you will find out a lot of things that you didn't notice usually. It will definitely expand your focus level and then your perspective. Or watch a film from a country you've never watched before. I haven't done that. I've watched a lot of movies from different countries, but I haven't figured out which country movie I want to watch. Probably somewhere really like maybe Iceland. Do you guys know any like good Iceland movie? Maybe I should try to find some interesting movies, but from the country I've never watched before. That'll be fun. Try cuisine you've never eaten. That's also not hard for me because I like new food, but I haven't discovered a restaurant or like a kind of food that I wanted to try yet. Maybe I'm not sure. I need to figure out, because whenever, actually I'm really good at this, whenever I go to a restaurant or I see something new, I always wanted to try. Even if I may not like it, I'm not sure, but I wanted to try. Like last month, me and my husband went to the African restaurant. We eat the fufu, Is that what it's called? Like that you eat with hand, and then the barbecue fish was so good. I also like to experience the authentic way of eating something that it's not usually what you do. Like, I think it's really fun to also experience the restaurant, because when I go to a restaurant, I hear the music, like African music, and then the lighting is different. The projection is playing some dancing, and it just like the whole experience is so cool. I like that. And visit an independent bookstore and buy a book based only on its cover. I do this all the time. I always judge book by the cover, but sometimes I'll check the review before I buy the book, which is it's not really good, because especially now I feel like a lot of books, maybe some of them are not really that good, but it's just the publication promotion is doing well, so you will be ended up getting the book that you're not sure, but also don't want it to be half done. I kind of miss I can go to like a bookstore to just discover books, but in Japan, like, books are English books are pretty hard to get. So that's something I need to figure out what to do for the next couple years. For now, I'm going to the English bookstore that only have the popular book, or I find on Amazon. But on Amazon is usually the ones I already find online that people said it's good, and that's why I'm getting it. So, and you guys who have like, especially like secondhand bookstore around you. Okay, attend an exhibition outside your usual interest. I want to go to architect museum or something. Sculpture also is something I usually won't pay attention to, but that's probably something I wanted to try as well. Another one is try and build your taste. Wear outfit complete outside your comfort zone. That I can use with AI. Because I try, but that not necessarily means it's good. Spend 30 days for photograph one beautiful thing every day. I do that sometimes. I find that's really interesting, especially when I was in university. I like to take a lot of photographs. I need to catch up with that. But I do think if you're a curious mind, you always want to try new things and you want to discover new things that you're passionate about, then taking photograph is a good practice. Maybe that's not your profession, which is okay, but maybe even just with one item that you can photograph with different angle and different background, or different, when you have different mood, you can take different kind of photograph, because photography is such a subjective thing, and it gives your emotion into the photo. So I think that's also a practice we can try. Recreate an outfit from your favorite artist or designer. I do that with online, like with AI all the time, because I wanted to translate. For example, the brand Maison Margiela, they have shows, right? And they have the archive of photos. And then if you place that, wanted to turn that whole outfit into a sculpture or architect, it's kind of blow your mind, because it gives this transition, and you can see where the aesthetics come from, and then the color, the shape is all connected. Everything's connected. Maybe that's the whole thing I'm trying to say here. Our taste for things and our interest about all these beautiful creations in the world. When people do paintings, and then the art, the fashion, the film, the food, everything is all connected. Because of AI, it's even more connected. Hello, wow, long time no see. So happy you're here. I was like, oh, I'm going to talk to you today. I'm happy. So yeah, today I'm trying to share all these lists that I find can probably help people to expand their taste range, different perspective, because I do feel how fascinating that AI can help me connect all these worlds together. When I'm reading book, I'm not just reading book anymore. I'm exploring with the music, with the different senses. And then when I'm, sometimes I will check with AI. I was like, when I read this book or when I'm listening to this music, what kind of perfume that matches this kind of, this place or this music I'm listening. So everything is like all connection emotionally. And I get to know myself every time I get to know myself more. And then sometimes I'll use that strategy to work with clients or projects that we're working on that can reach out to more people emotionally, hopefully, because that's what I think technology is good at. Like personalize each person's experience. And also I find on TikTok and Xiaohongshu, lately I've also see a lot of AI created video that is it give you this world, a very peaceful world. For example, on the train and outside is like very surreal mountains, and then the inside the train is like a very beautiful cozy place. So I feel like AI like I have to say I really like how those videos are created, because if you want to create a video like in real life, it will take a lot of budget, and then it's hard to be that immersive. Those videos I think more people should make. And I also see some videos like there are 3 doors in front of you. Each door, if you can choose which door you want to open, and once you open, you can see the world, the immersive worlds of your choices based on the aesthetics you choose. So that's also very interesting. Yeah. So another was replace your algorithm with intention. Follow 20 inspiring creators, unfollow 20 that don't inspire you. That's more for the algorithm reason. Now I already talked about it a long time ago. How to like intentionally choose what you like. Not because algorithm pushing you, but it's more like actively choose. That's one thing that I find is really useful to build your taste. And learn one creative skill you've always admired. I have to say, maybe piano, but I find it's too hard to build the bass. Like you can imagine you're playing any kind of instrument, but it takes so long to build that skill. So that's something maybe I need more time with to do this. Another list is feeling. This is more about how you can connect with people who has like different perspective. I have something to say. Ask someone why they love their favorite movie. Okay. I had a conversation with one of my friends. She loves horror film. Any horror film for her is not scary, because she said as long as you can predict what's happened in the horror film, it's not scary. But for me, any film that is tiny bit unexpected, how can I say? As long as it labeled horror film, I cannot watch it. It's just impossible for me to watch horror film because I have too vivid imaginations in my mind. So whenever I watch horror film, it's like, I think I don't even know how I describe it. Because it's too vivid, so I don't understand why people want to experience this pain. So when I have a conversation with my friend who loves horror film, it gives me a really different perspective on what attracts them on this certain taste. So her taste is horror film because she can watch 2 per night. For me, that's not my taste, but I want to know why it fascinates her, or like why she loves it so much. Yeah, so that's to help you to connect emotionally with someone that have a completely different taste with you. It's also an interesting way to build, your own emotion, your own wires in your brain. I find it really fascinating. Keep one object simply because it tells a story and maybe write about it. That's the thing about writing that I want to practice more. I also really hope I can write like a good English story book. That's also one of the ultimate goal in the future. I want to know how to describe certain feelings, certain things. So start with one object you can simply like want to hold on to, or you can write so many words about this one thing. This also builds your taste. Write about why you were drawn to your favorite aesthetic. That's something I want to learn too. I have been writing so much about objects, but I don't want to show you because I'm not confident about my writing. But I find like, as I said, with the fashion, the words, like what outfit you choose, what books you're reading, what kind of the things you save, genuinely love to something you love, or you're just, like I said, even you have different tastes with someone like horror film. I just hate horror film, but you can have a conversation about it. All this builds your own archive of taste, and then you can have the conversation all the time with AI to understand yourself more. And this is another list of like live beautifully, visit cafe just for atmosphere. This is something that I think a lot of people can do very easy, but we don't really choose to. Like design a perfect day based entirely on your personal taste. That could be that could make your day very intentionally beautiful. Like I will go out for a walk, I'll go to my favorite shop, I'll drink with my favorite cup, I will wear my favorite outfit, like all these, to spend your whole day based on that. You know, that's like a beautiful experience you can have and then to notice, write down, and explore your own taste. Host a small gatherings by your favorite aesthetic. I'm gonna probably do that too. That's also very interesting. But that for me is creating event. Maybe that's why I like creating event. When I create event, I have used technology and art combined together and bring all my favorite creators that can like collaborate together. That's one of my favorite things to do. So that's also cool. Build your own visual library. Pinterest board, 50 design make you stop scrolling. Design one new artist. Discover one new artist every week for a month. I discovered a lot of them for the last couple of months, but not every month. And I stopped to jot down why I like certain artists. That's something I need to get back to. Delete everything from your inspiration folder that no longer excites you. I need to get back to that because I have a lot of almost like a old taste. I find now when I look at it, it's too old. So I need to figure out how to, you know, renew my taste board. And here is like use AI to know yourself. This is what I already talked about, like create your personal color palette, discover your body shape. This is with AI fashion. Ask AI to analyze your Pinterest board for recurring patterns. Generate 3 different versions of your dream room. Ask yourself why you prefer one over another. And then ask AI to describe your aesthetic in 5 words. I do that all the time because now I'm creating those videos. That's why I'm really interested in having conversation with AI about all this. And it always helped me to discover what make me feel excited right now. And it gives me a better understanding about myself. It gives me a better understanding of what kind of like aesthetics or taste that I can get into my work. Before accepting AI recommendation, you have to explain why you like or dislike it. Never just accept whatever AI give you. I always ask AI to challenge me. I did this experiment. I'm not sure if I have it here, Yeah. So for example, as I said, based on my taste of The Door, this book, and then City of Girls, I really like, and then all the things I love. I like Michael Jackson. I also like the YouTuber. I also like futurist fashion. List all the things that you like about list all the things you like, and then ask AI to challenge my taste by showing me something completely different. And you will see, it's really interesting. I thought I'd get another comment, but so AI start to analyze the pattern of the things I like. It's so cool. For example, The Door, psychologically rich, morally ambiguous, yeah, very, very ambiguous, intimate. And then The City of Girls, expressive, glamorous, like that's really what I love as well. Identity through creativity. I think that's why I love it. But I didn't realize why I love this book so much. And then about Michael Jackson is perfectionist, emotionally charged. He always give me so much energy. And then the YouTuber, like a future fashion, everything have a reason, and of the things, the keywords that I didn't realize why certain things is attractive for me. He said your taste seems drawn to work that balance emotion, craftsmanship, and transformation. So instead of give you more of the same, here are that pull you in very different directions. So give me movies, 3 hours, domestic routine, almost nothing happens. Can slowness become beautiful? Maybe because all the things I love give me more excitement than this like slowness, I guess. That's why. And it also suggests me, oh yeah, The Perfect Days. I watched this. That's a Japanese movie. Yeah, beautiful. I like this too. It's kind of what I like as well. But like not the first go-to movie, for sure. Taste of Cherry. What is that? Taste of Cherry is a movie? Oh, I didn't know that. 1987. Maybe I'll watch this when I have time. Taste of Cherry. Iranian. Oh, okay. I've never watched an Iranian movie before. See, it gives you suggestion of the things that you don't know and that you never touched before. I think that's a perfect way to get yourself out from this algorithm trap and then all the things that you think you're supposed to like. That's a good practice. And what else? Books. Okay, books. Book almost entirely about observing one bird. Interesting. Have you ever read this before? I've seen this before. I just don't know how to pronounce this well. Bluets. Hundreds of tiny reflections about the color blue. What? What is that? Oh, that sounds fun. Sounds very artsy. Is it even novel? Is it novel? I'm not sure. American author published in 2009 several prose of poetry style as it documents Newton's multifaceted experience with the color blue. I found another thing I wanted to explore and see. What else it suggests me? Parton language, no fiction. And then music. I love FK Twigs. I don't know why they gave me this suggestion. It's not opposite. Do you think she's opposite of Michael Jackson? I don't think so. I think they both have this very a little bit whimsical kind of feeling, both of them. And Bjork. Maybe I have to give more example of what I like the most. And fashion also, I think I just didn't give enough information. If you give a lot of information of things you like and asked AI, challenge me with the things I've never, like you think I'm not going to be interested, and it will give me more suggestions. One experiment I actually give you for 1 week, avoid asking, do I like this? What kind of person would absolutely love this? What value does this work reward? What does creator know this I usually ignore? If I spend 100 hours with this, what part of taste might change? Yeah. That's a lot of brain work that we have to train to challenge. I have my own version. Like I generally just ask myself whenever I see something that I really like, or the books or the music, whatever, do I genuinely love this, or because I love this because someone suggested? And you know, sometimes on TikTok, some people can talk up a book so vividly, like really talented of talking about something. It makes me feel like, oh, I really want to read it, or this food, I really want to eat it. But once I actually read it, I was like, I didn't feel anything. Yeah, and because just everyone can have different taste. Someone love it, can vividly talk about something, doesn't mean it's your thing. And yeah, would I still buy it if no one ever saw it? If the answer is still yes, then probably your taste, not the algorithm's taste. And most importantly, like I said, AI should never tell you what to love. It should help you understand why you love it and what kind of thing you will love. You help with our creative process as well. Because once you know what kind of taste you like, and then when you create your own work, it sometimes doesn't even have to be work, you know, and or the fashion or the vibe you wanted to give to people. That's all deep inside your. It's all about taste. Even though it's such an abstract word, but because I'm so obsessed with for so long, I feel like it's like growing in me. And that gives so much confidence when you're expressing yourself in the future. And that's the whole point. You need to be confident to show what you care about and what you want to create. Anyway, I think that's it for today's video. I talked like 40 minutes. That's pretty long. Please comment on my video and share what you think about this strategy. I think it's pretty useful for a lot of people when it comes to knowing yourself more, understanding yourself. Thanks for technology. We're all somehow developing our own perspective and taste and things that can help us, you know, step forward into our creative process. So thank you for your time. I'll probably post one video. I'll make this into a video, long video, and I have another AI video I want to share. Probably no live streaming next week, but the week after. I'll find something more interesting to explore with you guys. Thank you for your time. I'll see you next week. Bye.